409A valuation.
Not to be confused with 409, the wonderful cleaning product.
Right. Yeah, right. 409A is, we described a fair market value in another video. We referenced the 409A there. Essentially, the 409A value is within the Internal Revenue Code, section 409A.
So creative in naming things. 409A, 401k, it's just the line of code.
Yep, that's when lawyers and accountants get into naming things. It doesn't get very easy to understand. Thus, this topic that we're discussing now. So the 409A valuation, it's a code section. How it's relevant to you is when a company is private, the board of that company needs to determine what the fair market value of their private shares is. They usually bring in third-party experts to come in and say, all right, this is how many assets you guys have, here's your liabilities, here's your chances of growing. So the value is kind of arbitrary because no one's buying and selling at that price, but it has been determined by a third-party expert that it should be $5 a share.
It's kind of like a pawn shop, right? When you bring in a watch, you need some cash right away.
Yeah.
The expert at the pawn shop is going to say, well, this watch is worth $100. That's the fair market value, or the 409A if you're a private company.
Yeah, and it's very important for pre-IPO tax decisions whether we're going to exercise options, because the difference between the 409A and your strike price is going to determine the size of the taxable event. So we need to know it. It's often hard to get it. Companies don't like to share it too fairly often because it can change. It can change internally.
It can change overnight. If there's a round of funding raise, the 409A could go up or it could go down, which we see all the time.
Yeah, and if you know that a 409A valuation is coming up, it's a good idea to talk to us because that could dramatically change the impact of exercising shares, RSU vests, all that fun stuff. So please know what the 409A value is before we decide how to handle your equity comp, because we need to know that. It's just required. Otherwise, we can't help you.
Yep.